Hey Freedom Family, this is Mark, and I'm so glad that you're here at _Freedom for Life _, where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. I am super excited about today's conversation. If you saw last week's video, you can see it here. If you didn't, I talked to you last week about in the past 12 months, I've lost 75 pounds. And what I found was some keys to victory in this battle for a healthy body image and even a healthy body. And I'm going to share those keys to victory with you today. So let's get started, shall we? Hey, and as we're getting started talking about keys to victory, could you do me a favor and become a part of the Freedom family by subscribing? And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be a part of every conversation that we're having. And could you hit the like button and let us know there's something here that's resonating with you that you really are receiving? And the last thing, obviously, comment down below. Let us know what conversations you want to have. And of course, don't forget you can find the links to our Facebook and Instagram pages in the description down below. And just like last week, where we had the question, what mirror are you looking at? This week, the question is, what can you control? For me, what you may know in your life as well is, I can't get any taller or get any shorter, but I can change the way I look by the stature that I have. I can't get any older or younger, but by the way I dress and the way I act and the energy I have, I can seem a different age group and resonate with a different audience. There's a lot of things that we can't change in our life, but there are some things that we can control, and those are the things that we're going to talk about today. The truth is, even though you and I both have limitations and we have differences in who we are and our body types, there are tools that we have that we can use to develop our healthy self-image and have a healthy body. And so I'll give you 3 tools today. The first tool is this. It's the tool of focus. I don't know about you. When I was first starting this journey, last June, I believe it was, I had no ambition to try and lose 75 pounds. And if I did, I probably wouldn't have started. Have you ever had something in your life that you look at, maybe it's in having a healthy body or healthy image or changing something in your life, and you look at how big the mountain is that's in front of you, and because of it, if you're like me, sometimes I'll be like, I'll start next week. And then what happens is you don't start at all. So I'm going to tell you 2 things that really helped me. The first one was, I did have a goal when I got started, and that changed over time, but I had a picture of what I wanted to look like and what I wanted to be. Again, we're talking about body image, not value, because my value doesn't change because my weight does on the scale. But what I did have is I had this picture of, hey, this is who I want to be down the road, right? The picture of the me that I want to be, but I never focused on that, and that's my gift to you today. The first key to victory is this. Have a picture of where you want to go, but focus on where you're at. Because the truth is, what matters is the one step I can take today. The one thing I can do today, the one decision I can make today, the one activity I can participate in today that takes me one step closer to where I want it to be. I don't know if this is a true phrase, but it's one I've heard. It says this: the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Hey, what's one step that you can take today? One decision you can make, one activity that you can participate in that can give you that perspective of a healthy body image, but also move you forward towards having a healthy body. You need to know this truth. The truth is, every step is a victory. As we've said in previous videos, the truth of this is, you need to celebrate now. I didn't celebrate when I got to the end of 75 pounds. I celebrated every time I made a good decision, every time I said no to the things I needed to say no to, and yes to the things I needed to say yes to. Which brings us to the second key to victory, and I'll give you the negative while we walk into the positive. The negative of it is this: self-sabotage. For me, and maybe for you, sometimes there's things I do that I know I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. There's this understanding that we have, and we've talked about it in this video here as well, right? Who you think you are, you are. Your beliefs determine your decisions, and your decisions determine your directions. And so sometimes while we desire to move forward in healthy ways, not just in a healthy body, but a healthy body image, sometimes there's things we hear about, right? It's in our head and it says this, hey, it didn't work out last time. Hey, you're not going to be able to do that. Oh my gosh, it's too hard. Hey, you could start next week. Just eat that piece of cake or sit around instead of go for that walk around your neighborhood. There's decisions that we make sometimes, right? The oops decisions. Oh, I didn't know there was whatever. Versus the decisions we make. And the problem is those self-sabotaging beliefs are beliefs that say this, I don't really believe I can do it. You can, and you will, if you take that first victory, that first step, and if you recognize that second one, which is this, hey, I'm not going to make that decision. And by the way, when you make that decision, can you just leave it behind? The worst part of the things that were happening in my journey wasn't just the bad decisions and the things that I did that weren't helpful. It was the way I allowed myself to beat myself up over it for a week. Oh, well, can we be a place, again, no condemnation, no judgment, where we don't beat ourselves up, but we say, I'm just going to make the right decision next time. And I've got a secret for you, and it's just for you. There's a couple of things. The first one is there's this word called grace. And what grace is basically me allowing myself to not be perfect. So I'm just going to give you that right now. Can you give yourself grace to not be perfect? Because none of us will be. And in a place of grace, we allow ourselves to not carry a burden we're not supposed to. Second secret is this. And this is a literal secret for most of us. It's this, hey, why don't you rehearse what you're going to do before you get there? Sometimes we have a family dinner or something that we're doing and we know that, hey, grandma's going to make that amazing cherry cobbler. Or we're going to go out with friends and they're going to want me to do this or that. Or, hey, I'm going to go home and what I want to do is walk around the block with my dog, but I'm tired. If you rehearse ahead of time, which means think about ahead of time, hey, when this happens, I'm going to do this. You actually program your brain and your focus to do the thing that you desire to do, rather than come upon it and say, oh, well, what decision do I make now that I'm tired, that I'm hungry, that I'm angry, that I'm whatever. Rehearse ahead of time what you want to do, and you'll find out when you get to that decision point, you'll do it. That's a secret that I want you to incorporate in your life today. And the third key to victory is a bit of a challenging one. And it comes with this question. What does food mean to you? Is it nutrients for your body or is it comfort for your heart? Is it a habit that you do every day because that's what we do, we eat every day? Or is it medication because there's something that's been challenging in your life? What I wonder is this, what's going on in our lives, and my life included, when you're reaching for that tub of ice cream? When you're binging on that whole bag of Chips Ahoy cookies, one of my favorites, or you're trying to eat that cheeseburger. See, the biggest issue is not the calorie intake, it's the reason behind the decisions that we make. And I'll be totally honest, for some of us, and for me at a time in my life, food was a medication of choice. It was your drug of choice to deal with your life. I remember many years ago when my wife and I lost twins, there was a habit I gained after that of just eating snacks and desserts and things like that. It was really a comfort for the inside of me that was trying to overcome a hurt in my heart. So from the bottom of my heart, with all the compassion that I have, my question is, what does food mean to you? Is it simply overeating because, or is it fulfilling a self-image that you have and a body image that you believe is the one you have to have? Or is it dealing with the hurts and the wounds and the issues of your life, like all of us have, in a way that's really not doing well? It's not giving you a healthy body, and it's not giving you a healthy body image either. We have other videos, other conversations. That's what we're here for, Freedom for Life. So if you're dealing with insecurity, we have a conversation that you want to be a part of in this video. If you're dealing with fear or regret, there's a conversation for you to be able to be a part of as well. But the question at the end of the day is, what is the reason behind the decisions that you make? Not really just the calories that you intake, when you deal with those things, those decisions and the hurts behind them, all of a sudden the calorie intake takes care of itself. Last thing for you today is a question. Last question for you today. Hey, what would it feel like if you achieved your goal? Whatever your goal is. Because the truth of the matter, it's your goal that needs to be achieved, not somebody else's desire or decision for your life. But what's the feeling behind it? You know, for me, there was several goals that I had, and there was some feelings and some excitement and some pride that came with it because I had accomplished something. What would that feel like to you? Rather than dealing with the negativity of, hey, it didn't work before, or I've got myself in this mess, or any of that negative self-talk, remember this. This is a no condemnation zone. This is a no negativity zone, right? This is a place where you can be you. No regrets, no looking back. But what would it feel like? Allow yourself to feel that. The excitement, the pride, the health, the comfort, when you have a healthy body image and a healthy body. And in that place of envisioning it, what's the one thing we can do today? See, it's your goal that matters. What is your goal today? What do you desire to do? And we're here with you to take those steps with you as we figure out what it looks like to have a healthy body image and a healthy body. Hey, next week, I'm going to be talking about the steps you take from decision to action to results. So hey, do not miss it. Freedom Family, I'm glad you're here at _freedom4life_ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. Do me a favor again and become part of the Freedom Family by subscribing. And if you could hit that notification bell so you're part of every conversation that we have. And would you hit that like and let us know that there's something that we're doing in these conversations that's resonating with you? And would you put a comment down below? Let us know what's impacting you, but also let us know what conversations you want to have. And don't forget about the links to our Facebook and our Instagram pages below. And don't forget this, Freedom Family. Dominate your day.